once you have something in the restaurant of your choice, you need to stand by it. This is where the sales staff comes out to taste the stuff on the wine with sample bottles. They give a story. They have the products, the spec sheets on the product. Availability, making sure the licensing is secure before the run. We do a corporate mandated list change twice a year, and we've had several occasions where the licensing wasn't secure in all of our markets. So a third of our locations had a wine that the other 2/3 couldn't get. I currently still have 6 wines that I can't get, that are core wines that I can't put on my list because they haven't secured licensing yet for me to get them in my state. So it's very important, if you're going to make a commitment to the corporate office, that those kinks be worked out before the start of the run of that list. Case breaks. This is my favorite. If anyone ever came to take a tour of the back of the house where we do our storage, it's a very small little closet. My favorite thing for suppliers is when they come and say, oh, we're so excited, we have this wine on your wine list, it's core, buy 10 cases at a time to get the discount. I have 50 wines by the glass. I am not going to buy 10 cases of each of them to put where? Short of putting them on the roof with a tarp over them, I have nowhere to put this product. So please work out with your suppliers to do case breaks on 3 cases or less. Ideally, I love the suppliers who say 1 case at a time and you get the discount. Because logistically, we have nowhere to put this product. And if it's a high-end by the glass, we're only going to buy 1 case at a time. RIPs versus case buys. If it's a high-end wine, I'm going to use an example. Wine by the glass we sell for $85. We're not going to be moving a lot of it, but we're not selling a lot of it. So you're like, well, let's just reduce the price to $70, and I'll give you a RIP. You know, we negotiated a RIP. Well, the RIP doesn't bring the price down of that the glass of wine. A RIP helps the bottom line as a whole. It'll help our costs for my A versus T, it'll help my costs for my inventory controls, but it does absolutely nothing to reduce the cost of that glass of wine because it's not applied directly to the wine like a case break is. So if you want something to sell more by lowering the price, do it through case breaks, don't do it through RIPs, because RIPs won't achieve that goal. Staff training, we talked about. But in addition to that, you want to have a story, something fun, something different. And what I'm getting requests for a lot are vegetarian, is the wine vegan? And what they mean by that, when the guests ask me that, they mean, are they using PVCC filtering? Are they not using any animal products in the process of making this wine at all? Which is never advertised, by the way, on any bottle of wine that I know of. All I ever see is organic, biodynamic, sustainable, things like that. Even that, a lot of that's not on the label because they still do it. They just don't pay to be part of that club to put it on the label. But we do still know some of those people that are doing that type of farming. But if you know things fun like that, that is the new trend, like this wine is vegetarian, or this wine doesn't use sulfites, that's another one. More and more people are trying to use less sulfites. I know some of them happen naturally in the winemaking process, but some use more or less how much they add of that. And that's something that our customer base asks for as well. So those are selling points to us. Kosher wines are selling points to us. Those little tidbits of things that you know about us, if you can say, hey, Passover's coming. I've got some great kosher wines I want you to try. That would be a good time to go to your accounts, I think, with those products. If it's Thanksgiving and you have some incredible Beaujolais Nouveau, it might be a good time to say, hey, I've got some great Beaujolais Nouveau or Valpolicella or some other wine that pairs really well with turkey. It might be a good time to approach those markets with that product. It's really just tailoring it and finding out what it takes to sell your product and approaching it wisely. Do your homework and approach wisely. If you look at my wine list and say, gosh, you don't have a lot of French wine, you need some more Montrachet in there, you need some more French wines, then come to me with those wines. And say, I noticed you don't have any Saint Veran. I've got a great Saint Veran. Here, come try it. But make an appointment. Don't ever just come in on a Monday while I'm doing inventory and say, here I am, buy wine from me. Because it's just, I love that. Just can't tell you how much I love that. I have one rep that does that to me every single Monday. And I just love when he walks in the door and I'm like, at some point, someone's got to tell you this is not the way to do things.